Hey, this is Jonathan with Limitless Mindset, and this is my biohacker comparison of this stuff, Neuro-Stack versus Mindlab Pro. And those of you who have followed me for a while may recall my video of Mindlab Pro. I tried that product about 3 years ago, and I didn't think it was bad. It was a decent, energizing nootropic stack. In the intervening years, I had some people contact me and tell me that they had tried Mindlab Pro and that they thought it was kind of mediocre. And I do know that the management of whoever was selling Mindlab Pro has changed in the interim. But in this comparison, we're not going to get into any of that anecdotal conjecture about the subjective quality of these two products. We're just going to be looking objectively at the ingredients, at the quality of the ingredients that are used. Before we evaluate the ingredients, I want to talk about another really important difference that you need to be mindful of when you're evaluating these nootropics. So the problem with nootropics is that you don't ultimately know what's in the capsule, what's in the jar, unless you take a look at the certificate of analysis. This is a report that comes from a third-party laboratory, which is using a spectroscopy machine, sometimes even what's called a time-of-flight machine, where they are doing an analysis of the ingredients, and they are making sure that the ingredients conform. They're making sure that the ingredients are pure and that they are what the person selling you the thing is saying that they are in their website and their various marketing materials. And a smart consumer doesn't pull out their credit card or doesn't consume something until they see a COA that is verifying the purity and the dissolution and verifying that what they are consuming is actually going to do them some good. In my mind, this is a major upside benefit of this stuff, Neuro-Stack. When Neuro-Stack contacted me initially, this was one of the very first things I asked about. And I was really impressed that they sent me over an exhaustive number, actually, of certificates of analysis verifying that all the ingredients in it were legitimate. And then they took the extra step of actually making those certificates public. And you can take a look at them via the link below. So at first glance, this one is better. Quite a bit better, because it has 27 ingredients in it versus just 11 in Mindlab Pro. But we're going to take a closer look at this, and we're going to be using a scoring system of awarding 1 point for each ingredient, and then we're going to be comparing those ingredients because not all ingredients of a given category are created equal. Here's how that breaks down. 1 point for Mindlab Pro and 1 point for Neuro-Stack for the 250 milligrams of cognizin. 1 point for Mindlab Pro for its 100 milligrams of sharp phosphatidylserine, and we have the same in Neuro-Stack, so 1 point awarded to Neuro-Stack. As far as Bacopa, Mindlab Pro has only 150 milligrams, and that's really not enough, so seeing as that's underdosed, we're going to award them just a half point. Neuro-Stack has 300 milligrams, so 1 point awarded to Neuro-Stack, perhaps 1.5 points for Neuro-Stack because of the patented and more bioavailable version of Bacopa that it uses. As far as lion's mane, which I think is the best nootropic mushroom, Mindlab Pro has 500 milligrams, so 1 point awarded. Organic lion's mane mushroom is the primary ingredient of Neuro-Stack, though, which contains a more bioavailable dose of a full 3 grams of the full fruiting body. So Neuro-Stack deserves at least 1 point, perhaps 4 points for this, as it has 4x the amount. As far as pine bark, they both contain the same amount, so 1 point for each. As far as L-tyrosine, Mindlab Pro has 175 milligrams, so it gets 1.5 points, whereas Neuro-Stack gets 1 point at only 100 milligrams. Both stacks contain sun-theanine, the patented version of L-theanine, so both receive 1 point. As far as rhodiola rosea, Mindlab Pro has 50 milligrams of 3% Rosavins, 1% Solido rosides. But I'm only going to give them half a point because 50 milligrams is really a clinically insufficient dosage of rhodiola rosea. Neuro-Stack has 100 milligrams at 3% Rosavins, 2% Solido rosides. So 1 point for Neuro-Stack. Perhaps they deserve 1.5 because they're using the more patented bioavailable version, which is Rhodiola 5+. As far as B vitamins, Mindlab Pro has 3 of the B vitamins and Neuro-Stack has 8 of them. B vitamins are crucial to an epic nootropic stack that is going to empower your health, that is going to make you resilient, that is going to optimize your mitochondrial function, and even protect your DNA from cancer that can be caused by pollution if you live in a big city with a lot of pollution. To keep things proportional, we're going to give 1 point to Mindlab Pro and 2.5 points to Neuro-Stack for the B vitamins. Let's talk about turmeric. Neuro-Stack contains 300 milligrams of Curcumin C3 Complex, which is a potent patented version of turmeric. And this 300 milligrams is actually equal to 6 grams of normal curcumin. This brand of curcumin is the most clinically studied and evaluated brand in the world, and it is the only curcumin acknowledged by the FDA for GRAS status. That stands for Generally Accepted as Safe. Please read about turmeric and about this special curcumin C3 complex through the link below. The bioavailability of the turmeric curcumin C3 complex is equal to 6 grams of the normal stuff because of the addition of bioperine. When bioperine is added to turmeric, it increases the bioavailability by 2,000%. It 20x's it. This research is posted at the National Center of Biotechnology Information and is part of the United States National Library of Medicine, a branch of the National Institutes of Health. So, 2 well-deserved points awarded to Neuro-Stack for this amazing curcumin. 1 point to Neuro-Stack for the 100 milligrams of ginkgo biloba. 1 point to Neuro-Stack for the artichoke extract it contains at a 10-to-1 potency. And 1 more point to Neuro-Stack for the forskolin cofactor it contains, which magnifies the effect of the artichoke. 1 point to Neuro-Stack for the lemon balm extract at 150 milligrams at a 10-to-1 concentration. Let's talk about ashwagandha. Neuro-Stack contains a patented version of ashwagandha called Sensorial, which has an upgraded potency of 5x the normal stuff. The Neuro-Stack 2.0 iteration doubled the ashwagandha dose to 125 milligrams. This is equal to 625 milligrams of the normal stuff. Ashwagandha normally has between 1.5% and 3% withanolides. Sensorial has 10% withanolides, making it 5x more potent than normal ashwagandha. So 1 well-deserved point to Neuro-Stack for that. 1.2 Neuro-Stack for the magnesium L-threonate it contains. This is the Mercedes-Benz of magnesium. You constantly hear about how important magnesium is, and this is the very most bioavailable form of it, which is best demonstrated in clinical studies to benefit cognition, sleep, and a wide array of neurobiological functions. 1.2 Neuro-Stack for the cacao it contains, 1.2 Neuro-Stack for the cat's claw it has in a 10-to-1 concentration. Another ingredient which Neuro-Stack has upgraded the potency of is the common compound vitamin B9. Neuro-Stack uses the patented version quadrafolic at a generous 20 milligrams, plus 1 point. In the final accounting, Neuro-Stack gets 27 points and Mindlab Pro gets 5.5 points. But beyond these numbers, the more important thing is the effect that it has. I did use Mindlab Pro for about a month, and it has a decent effect on energy. It is a decent alternative to coffee. But as far as a holistic nootropic effect of empowering cognition, of improving stress response, resiliency, making memory just a bit more effective, hands down, this is the better nootropic. So bang for the cognitive enhancement buck. I think this is probably the best thing on the market right now, and I would urge you to check it out. Below this video, I've got a link to Neuro-Stack, and there's going to be people that inevitably comment on this video and are going to say, oh my gosh, Jonathan, you're so biased here. Clearly, you have an affiliate link below this video. And of course, everyone's a bit biased, right? But I would challenge you to watch this video again because neither of these are cheap products, so you want to spend a little bit of time researching, making sure you're not just throwing away your money. Watch this video twice and then look at the blog article that's linked below as well, where I break down my methodology for comparing these two. And criticize my methodology as opposed to me for being biased, because everybody on the internet is biased, okay? And I think if you look at the methodology, I think if you go and look at the ingredients, if you look at the quality of the ingredients used in the two products, I think it does become really clear which one is superior. And that's why I recommend what works for me. That's why I recommend what has had the desired nootropic effect that I want. If you pick up $100 or more of Neuro-Stack via the links below, via the links that are on my website, I will include a free 30-minute biohacking consultation. There's a lot of people out there that are maybe brand new to this biohacking stuff and you're kind of green to it. You've watched some YouTube videos, you've listened to some podcasts, you're enticed, right? But there's still a lot of things that are kind of confusing to you that don't quite make sense, and you're maybe even running into conflicting information online. I'd love to get on Skype with you for about 30 minutes and clarify things a bit for you. If you're a person who's a bit more advanced, maybe you've tried a number of different products, maybe you've read some books, gone to some conferences, etc. I'd love to talk with you because frankly, I bet there's some things that you could maybe teach me. There's some things that I could teach you. We could compare some notes on things. I've made some great friends around the world over the years doing these consultations with people. So I really would urge you to try this product below the link that's below, and then send me your receipt at consultations@limitlessmindset.com, and we can schedule a call. Included with this is a membership in the Limitless Mindset Secret Society, and this is a private online community. It is hosted on minds.com, which is the best free speech, pro-privacy social network platform that's out there, and we've got a private discussion group. There's plenty of free, open, public discussion groups that are out there on the internet. But I think there is some value in secrecy, right? So I look forward to a continued conversation with you. I hope that you do leave a comment below this video. Let me know if you have tried Neuro-Stack. I've been hearing from some different people out there that have tried it, that thought it was great, and I appreciate that feedback. I appreciate all the feedback that you might have on either of these two things. I'm Jonathan, and I look forward to a continued conversation with you.